Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted game master, Brian, welcoming you once again to the digital rage room where we run our Dragon's Demand run through, as well as a few other systems that I intend to be hosting or even partaking in on this side of the screen. But I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to tell you anything else about that. Just kind of feeling a little fishing lines out there for you. But I did want to say that this particular episode was so awesome and so pivotal that it actually went on for 2 hours. And you know me, I don't like running episodes that long because the algorithms, and all that other analytics that go along with it, they really don't like seeing podcasts run more than an hour. So, well, you get 2 episodes out of it. You get episodes 27 and 28. But you're only going to get one this week because I gotta hold it in reserves, and you are going to love it. Believe me, I really enjoyed running this. The boys, they did an excellent job. I want to remind everybody else also how they can get in touch with the show. Please feel free to write into the show at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com. Remember, anytime you hear us roll a hard 20, if you write into the show, we will send you a D20. Hopefully we'll send you the one that rolled the hard 20, but you know how these guys are. They don't want to lose their bones, man. We ain't gonna give up those D20s. But if you ask them nicely, maybe they will. Also, don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Roll Hard 20. Hit that little, don't just hit it, you smash that bell. You crit that bell. You're gonna roll a hard 20 against that bell so you never miss one of our episodes when they drop. Also, don't forget, check us out on all of our social media footprints: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those awesome platforms. We love them. Why not? The hell. Don't forget, check out the Patreon as well at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. We got a lot of cool tiers out there. You could get some cool swag, stickers, dice, shirt, pictures of the hard slingers and myself. And anything else? What else are we doing? Maybe we're going to warm up our dice and top out some glass, yo. As Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 27 of our Dragon's Demand run through, the Guardians of the Future.
Just getting ready.
We just thought we'd
Here to
gather
roll
around.
some dice.
Thought we'd hang out for a little bit. So everyone doing well?
Mm-hmm.
Nice, beautiful Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are on whatever.
I'm still on a high after blasting that kobold into oblivion last time.
I bet you are. Yeah. Your fucking guy is too powerful. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Good thing I've got my shit together here. So we ready to play some D&D? All right. Greetings. I must say greeting Pathfinders. Greetings, hard slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM, Brian, and with me, the hard slingers.
Yeah.
Get live. Episode 27 of our Dragon's Demand run through. So, Ryan, last time we had talked a little bit about Vapula and the Infernal Duke and the House of Dis and all this stuff. I actually must have been feeling a little bit under the weather, but I did want to I want to get back to you about all this stuff really quick as we go on. Specifically about Vapula. He is the Infernal Duke who guards. Okay, here's the thing. First of all, this is what I mentioned last time, is that Vapula is the Infernal Duke who guards the treasure of the House of Dis. Well, it turns out I was totally wrong. He's not guarding the treasure of the House of Dis. He guards the treasure of Dis. Now, Dis is actually hell. It's not a person, which is kind of like where I made a mistake. The treasure house is also known by another name, the Pyrite Vault, and an Infernal Duke, which is they are sometimes collectively called the Dukes of Hell, not to be confused with the Dukes of Hazzard. That's totally different kind of hell. But I guess there's like 20 of these guys, and so they're all pretty hellacious. My second mistake as I just mentioned, was that thinking that Dis was a person when it's not. It's actually a place. It's hell. But I had originally thought it had something to do with Tarbafon, who is also known as the Whispering Tyrant, who basically was pulling the strings behind the scenes of the Carrion Crown and those other APs like the Shattered Star and Rise of the Rune Lords and stuff like that. But it's got nothing to do with that. So I'm glad I got that off my conscience. Between this head cold and this other thing, I really couldn't sleep. It was just keeping me awake.
Eating you away from
just
inside.
eating away from my soul inside out. So
I hear devils will do that.
They do that. The Infernal Dukes will definitely. Damn Dukes, damn Dukes. Chris, are you on? I don't hear you.
Oh, you're quiet.
Nothing. Not a fucking thing. So this whole time we've been recording and you're just not even there.
He can hear us. You just can't say anything back.
This isn't Zork, dude. You actually got to communicate with audio.
And I love just how like animated he is too. Just like his facial expression.
Well, it's like, man, there must be something wrong with him. He hasn't said one fucking word.
No.
Well, hop out and hop back in. I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Text me, man. Do you want to jump out and jump back in?
How's that? Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Oh, fuck.
Zoom. Something happened with Zoom, man. Zoom freaking changed my mic.
You're right. Yeah, it was.
It's not like I could say anything anyway.
Yeah.
Trying to get a word in edgewise between you and Ryan.
Us both being loquacious individuals.
I was concerned. I'm like, man, did we really get him all hurt? He's all twisted. He hasn't said one word the whole time.
No, I didn't even know, dude. I didn't even know my mic wasn't working because I was like trying to find a time that I could actually say something between you two.
Yeah, well, when he jumped on, Ryan and I were talking about different APs and things that he wants to run and stuff. So, anyways,
I think you should probably redo the intro and then cut it.
You know what? Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is your trusted John. Yeah. Your trusted game master, Brian, welcoming you once again to our Dragons Demand run through, and with me, the Hard Slingers.
Yeah.
There you go. That's better. Only been recording for 5 minutes, but what the hell? So, anyways, having just defeated this servant of Vapula, you see she's laying on the cold stone floor, lifeless. The shattered and burned bones of her minions are scattered all about you. And again, like I had described before, the cavern itself is 60 feet long by 45 feet wide. You see a large effigy stone statue standing in the middle of it on top of a pedestal. I think the hand had fallen off at one point. It's covered in entrails and in dried and wet blood. And the only other exit out of this room is in the north.
Well, then we don't have many places to go.
Oh, I wonder which way we should go.
I think we should go back to the inn.
You should go back and talk to the Baroness. Let her know how you
let's climb back up the rope and let's get out of here.
Failed miserably.
We're all in agreement. We're headed out of here. We're done with this freaking place.
Done with the AP? All right. Might as well turn your mic back off.
No, done with this dungeon or this lair.
Right. Anyways, let's
Hit the door to the north.
No door. Just an exit. Just an open, yawning tunnel.
Because we've gotten this far. What can possibly go wrong?
Let's No.
What's our march order?
That is something I need to know.
I'll take second position.
I'll take third.
You'll take second? Is that what you said, Stibby?
Yes. You don't want me up front, dude. I can't see shit.
That's right. So we got Flit and
true.
Sirkin and Nighttail. Who's going to take
Sirkin's not doing too well right now.
I guess
Point wise.
Yeah. Well, Flint will take it.
You drew the
Short,
short
straw.
straw, Flint. Better just keep huffing on
Well,
that pixie stick.
I mean, he's a dwarf.
Well, he's all. You need some healing. He's totally sucking on that
I'm all
thing.
topped off.
Woo! It's only going to heal me for 8 points. I got 7. I might as well shoot myself in the foot. Okay, so you see that this cavern to the north exits and curves at a slight arc towards the northwest. It goes for about 25 feet, and then you see against the northern portion of the curve of the wall and an iron banded wooden door with a handle on it. But then you also see the cavern continues in an arc and heads back towards the southwest. So as you're coming up, there's a door at the top of the arc, but the cavern keeps going down to the southwest and then turns completely to the west.
Stebby's a little concerned about Sirkin's state and his ability to continue. Do we want a short rest here, or do we just want to press on? And
Now, I think you guys have already done a short rest.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
a
cannot do
while
another
back.
one. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't do another
okay.
one in the same day.
yep, so we'd have to do a long rest if we were going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll relay the message to everyone saying that there's a door up a ways. Maybe, hopefully, it gets us into some cover at least.
Okay. I'm whichever. I just I say to Flint, let's just keep an eye on Sirkin. He's looking a little weak.
He's looking a little weak. I don't think he's gonna make it. God, I hope.
You'll make it.
Get this pin ready. Okay, so you guys are. Flint, you're at the door.
Okay.
You're worried about Sirkin. What Nighttail's still bringing up the rear. Doesn't really know what else you want him to do. I mean,
I want us to check the door and see if there's any noise on the other end.
you want me to do that? What?
no, I believe our
I
good
hear nothing.
Sir Flint.
Oh, okay. Go and make your
Obviously,
check.
you don't hear nothing because you
Yeah.
did not hear Flint ask you to do that.
You know what? My head cold is just, as your GM, I'm just completely inundated with all kinds of shit.
18.
You don't hear anything.
It's like, well,
Nothing.
look back
Nothing
at
is
everyone.
reporting back to you through the wood itself.
we could open this door and hope there's no one on the other end, or we could prepare ourselves for another battle. What do you guys say?
No guts, no glory. Let's do it.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go.
Are you going into the door?
Yeah, he's gonna try to open the door.
It is locked.
It is locked. Ooh. All right, Stubby. I think we ran into another locked door. And then,
I'm gonna first attempt. I'm gonna search for traps first at that door.
Okay.
Roll what's perception, and that is a 16.
It does not look trapped. You feel fairly confident that it's just locked, but it's not locked on your side of the door. It's as though it was locked from the opposite side.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to pick this lock. Roll a little sleight of hand. 23.
You hear it disengage. Clink.
Okay, Flint, the door's unlocked. Would you
All
like to open it?
He stands back. Go ahead.
Yeah. Right after you. Flint opens the door and takes a look inside.
Okay. You see that there's a foyer on the other side of this door. It looks like it goes north for about 15 feet and then turns to the east. And you get this low light inside this hallway.
All right. I'll tell everyone, well, it looks like we're at a crossroads here. We could either enter this room into the in the foyer,
It's a
and
four-way.
I know, and see what's in here, or continue down the tunnel.
See, we're committed. The door's open. Let's see what's on the other side.
All right.
Yep.
Flint takes 10 feet in and takes another look. Does this area look like it's been heavy traffic or been abandoned for a while?
Make a perception check of the entryway and whatnot. Now, bear in mind that the floor in here is packed stone.
Okay. 14. I'm like looking for like heavy dose of like cobwebs in the corner, heavy dust, see if anything kind of got, see if there's like a trail.
From what you can tell, not only do you not see a lot of traffic or whatever, you don't see any, it looks very well kept. There's no cobwebs, there's no dust. In fact, one of the things you notice that the air seems to feel very humid, a little warm in here, but clean. It's not the normal dust that you might have been noticing on the very top level, or even on the next level down.
What's around this corner?
Well, he's still got another 5 feet to get to that corner. He stopped at the 10 foot.
At 10 foot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep moving forward.
Okay. You move forward, peek around the corner, and you notice that it goes to the east about 25 feet. And then it appears to open into a yawning cavern that from where you are, you really can't tell the dimensions of. What are you seeing up there, dwarf?
Looks like there's some empty taverns over here towards the east of this room.
An empty tavern?
Can we get some ale?
Could
Maybe some wine.
definitely use a drink.
Some bread. If it looks clear, then Flint will move up closer to the east.
Okay. You notice as you start moving deeper along the east, Nighttail, he's kind of curious, so he's close to you actually, because he wants to see what's going on. You see that at the end of the tunnel, that it deposits you in the western wall of a large chamber that's ovoid in shape. You can see that in the northern half of the chamber consists of smooth walls. By the way, the air in here is really thick with this hot humidity, and you could barely make out a large 2 foot deep depression in the northern portion of the room. By the way, the room itself is probably maybe 25 feet from west to east, and about 50 feet from north to south. And you could see that in the northern portion of the room, there's this large 20-foot diameter depression. It's about
25
2 feet.
feet or 2 feet?
I'm sorry.
You said 2 originally.
It's 2 feet deep, 25 feet in diameter.
Okay.
Sorry. And you could see that it's just filled with these large circular objects, look about the size of grapefruits. But standing right in front of the arc of this large depression, you see 3 kobolds, one of whom is on the back of this huge white frog-like creature with these giant fangs. It's got his hand basically holding on to some of the nodules on its back as like a handle. And as he sees you and Nighttail standing there, he says, "We are the guardians of the future. Leave this place. Leave our future untouched. Do not hesitate."
Okay, bye. Wrong door, guys. Go back.
What the hell are we looking at in there?
Seems
Nighttail's
like
still
the
kind of
protectors.
curious looking.
You said that, so there was that like depression that had a bunch of like round objects in them.
Yeah.
Like little grapefruit, like
Yeah, it's
balls
like a
floating in there.
huge, like a circular depression.
Mhm.
It's only about 2 feet deep with these large grapefruit-like objects. Without actually taking account, you can't really tell how many are in there. But
Would they
judging,
be eggs?
possibly, could be grapefruit.
Maybe making a hooch.
Pruno.
Pruno.
Stebby inquires to Nighttail. Do you know of this place? Do you know of this guardians of the future of these kobolds and these creatures?
I've never been down this low. Certainly not down to this level above us, let alone this far down. Anytime I ever met with Rogue he'd always come up to the first level to deal with me.
And this is Rokas?
That's dealt with me, or that's on top of this frog thing?
It's on top of this frog thing.
No, that is not Rogue. Why do you hesitate?
We're surprised to see you here. We're shocked. We're still trying to make sense of what we're seeing here.
I have told you this is our future. You are unwanted here. We could hear your combat all the way up the cavern. We have no desire to combat with you. However, make no mistake, if you threaten our future, you will not find it ends wisely for you.
Well, we have no interest in dealing with this here. And Warren makes a gesture to encompass him and this pit of objects. We are simply looking to converse with Rokas. If you want to let us pass, we're certainly willing to do that. We will not
There's
disturb
no
you.
other exit out of this room other than the one you came through. As for Rogue I know he does not like audiences. Possibly even less than we do.
I think he will take our audience.
Step
Can I make
forward.
Investigation on these guys, on these kobolds. Do they have any like distinct insignias or anything on them that makes them different than the other kobolds, especially if they're the protectors?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Here we go. 14.
14. You notice that the three of them all have 2 scars on their right cheek, which is something that you hadn't noticed before on any of the other kobolds that you have previously fought.
Would that 14 still get me? Is it on the same side, like it's done intentionally, or are these battle
Well,
wounds
they
that
both
they both have?
All 3 of them have 2 scars going down their cheek
Okay.
on their right side. They all look identical.
Okay. It's intentional.
2 straight lines, or
Yep, two straight vertical scars down each cheek, or down their right cheek.
Okay.
The one on the back of this beast looks at you, Warren, and says, "Step forward, please. I would see the face of the individual I deal with. You seem like a wise individual. Perhaps the leader?"
Warren laughs and says, and he'll step forward about 10 feet, but he won't get closer. You said like this whole place is like 60 feet long?
I think I said it was 55 feet.
Oh,
50,
okay.
55 feet.
Okay.
That bowl depression takes up a
Mhm.
good majority of the upper half of this room. So when you
Is it-
come out into the bottom, the western wall of this, you're probably at the, if you were at the 0 point, they would be at the 25 to 30 mark in front of this depression, which envelops the entire back half of the room.
Okay. Is there any fire in here at all? Any source of light?
It's low lit in here as well.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see what's possibly giving off the light,
Okay.
other than maybe just ambient fungus, possibly. It's very humid in here, very warm. He looks at you from the back of this beast and says, "What would you do to Roghaz were you to meet him?"
I would ask Roghaz to vacate this area and never return, as that is the request of the Duchess. Or no, it wasn't the Duchess. Was it
Baroness.
Baroness? Thank you. Sorry. As that is the request of the Baroness of these lands.
The humans, they just want to kick the problem down to another town. How does that solve anything? How does that pave a better future for the
It does
young
not.
race?
It certainly does not. However, you have intruded on other people's territory, and you have not sought to trade or barter.
That is
or
racist of you to even suggest that I have done such a thing.
I
Should
am
I
using
group you
these-
in with the rest of the humans who have
I am
pilfered
using-
our lands?
I am using the sovereign you, as in you and the tribe of kobolds that are here. You have not gathered and used your own collective ability to speak and trade and coexist. You could have possibly convinced the Baroness to let you stay here and work the mines, and she would have paid you and allowed you to stay. She would not have sent anyone here to try to evict you from the premises. But no, you have come here and you have taken prisoners. You have violent ends here. That is not.
The Kobold tribes are not democratic societies.
They are
We are
not.
ruled by
They
a
are not
sovereign
democratic
chief.
societies. However, you are societies, and you must get along with other societies, and you must do so in a way that allows you to live. The best way to live with another society is to coexist with it, which
We
means
do
that
not
you need.
pick our leaders, though. They are won through strength and guile.
And so then, if we speak with Roghaz and he chooses to not vacate or entreat with the Baroness, then he will be removed. But we will give him that chance.
This is the individual who has sought to enslave humans, to make them his puppets in exchange for making trinkets for this phantom Ateparax. He has brought our tribe to the brink of ruin. So
Then
much so that the
perhaps-
Hangtooth tribe has intervened and sent a representative. I only hope that she's able to do something about it sooner rather than later.
And who is this representative? Perhaps we should speak with her.
I'd only heard that she was a very good priestess of, her name was Chaguri.
Oh, we did exchange words.
Oh, good. I hope she has great plans for our tribe. She had mentioned universal health care and dental, of course. She really had a plan of turning the tribe around.
Flint kind of chuckles at the fact that, Warren's given him, oh yeah, we met her already. It's a very nice lady.
We managed to convince her of our desire to speak with Roghaz.
She was good with this.
We made sure that she saw our viewpoint and considered it.
Well, if you certainly must go see Roghaz, then by all means, he is outside that door. but how do I know that you'll leave our future in peace? And he gestures towards the crater in the floor. And no doubt at this point, you can tell that there's probably about 200 eggs in this thing. Some of them are close to birthing at this point.
This is like that aliens.
I will look back at the group briefly and kind of quirk an eyebrow, and then I will turn back to him and I will say, I will make you a guarantee, regardless of what Rogue has says. If you and yours here, and essentially I gesture to encompass the kobolds in the room and the eggs, will, once you are able, either come to an amiable agreement with the Baroness or find a place that does not intrude on her lands, we will leave you be here, regardless of what Rogaz says. You say that he has brought the tribe to ruin. We will do what we can in our power to ensure that that ruin does not extend to your future. I say as I point to the eggs.
He looks at his two lieutenants. They kind of like mumble.
Are they conversing in Draconic?
They're just mumbling. It's
okay.
You can make a perception check. I mean, I know you understand Draconic, but go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can hear what they're saying.
It's a 13.
13. You just hear the occasional word of possibly,
maybe,
sounds good,
sorta.
maybe, think of the kids, think of the younglings. Now, straight up, roll a d20.
Because this can't possibly go wrong. That is a 15.
15. It's a 19. He looks at you and he says, be cautious on your journey to see Rogaz. The final trek is fraught with peril, and you have our word. We will take the eggs, the remainder of the tribe, and that kobold behind you, and we will leave the land. But he stays here now.
I turn back to Nighttail and I say, do you agree to this?
Well, I don't know. I kind of thought we'd go the whole distance and meet Rogaz together. Well, I mean,
I would assume you are more familiar with the situation than us.
I'm completely in the dark at this point. I understand that these eggs need a leader, and that was always my hope, was to do better for the Blood Vow tribe than what we have going on right now. But I kind of feel that, I don't know, possibly I should be there with you when you go see Rogaz.
Then I gesture to the kobolds in front of us, and I say, well, perhaps you should argue for that on your behalf. You have proven invaluable. You have proven that you do have, and I'll make sure to say this loud enough that the other kobolds can hear. I say, you have proven to, in my mind, the fact that you have the best interest of your tribe at heart. Certainly not someone who would lead them to ruin.
No, not ruin. Of course not ruin. I still say that Kobold should stay here.
What is your desire for him to stay here? What is the purpose of it? What will it serve you? He has proven invaluable to us, and he has shown that he wants to deal with the Rogaz problem as well.
He has stayed the course. He hasn't scoured into the dark. He hasn't raised a weapon against me and my lieutenants. It's a very level-headed Kobold. And if this is the one that I've heard so much about, the one that had been imprisoned above with his dinosaur pet buddy, then I would have no doubt to believe that he originally tried to take control of the tribe, to steer it away from the disbeliefs of Rogue has in this fictional character, the Teparax. And if he could truly get the tribe on track with enough tribesmen behind him, then he would seek to be the better leader.
That he would.
Now I rolled a persuasion check on his behalf against Nighttail. Nighttail looks at the four of you and says, I do believe I should probably stay. I'll stay here with him.
If that is what you are certain of.
Well, Nighttail, you are a free man, or a free Cabal.
It was the luck of the dice that kept me here, guys.
Can we have your other healing wand?
You're not gonna be needing that.
Well, I didn't have another healing wand. I only had the one.
Do you have any other items that might aid us in our remainder of our journey?
You have been more than generous. However, if you do wish to have Rogue has deposed,
he hands you, Stubby, a wand. It is not a wand of healing, though. It's a wand of entanglement. Now, he's already used that once. There are 11 more charges to that wand.
Here, I thought you were gonna say he hands him a wand, and it actually appears to be a twig. Here you go, Stubby. Whenever you're scared, just hold on to this.
That's right. Hands you a wand. It's all totally devoid of any charge. That's awesome. I should have thought about doing that. Fuck you guys now.
Stubby nods his head and thanks Nighttail for the wand. We appreciate your support up to this point, and I greatly appreciate this wand. Thank you.
Well, I only hope it does you as well as it's done me. Bye.
Just
Warren.
the other side.
So he makes his way over to the line of the other three Kobolds, and they start conversing in their draconic speech, basically talking about what they expect of him as a leader and his ideas of the future and things like that. Yeah, bullshit. Basically turning their back on you, but yet still side-eyeing you to see what you're going to do.
Well, let us go see about securing this future. Warren will turn and exit.
Okay. So go ahead.
We're going out the way we came in, right?
It's the only way out.
Yeah.
So describe for me what you guys are doing.
Well, okay, so now what are the other ways that we can continue?
Okay, so you, at the arc of the tunnel, in the northern portion of that tunnel is where this door leading into here was at. As you come back out that door, you could either go to the southeast, which leads you back to the room where you fought the servant of Pula, Chagodi, or you could go to the southwest, where it goes down for about another 15 feet before it turns to the west.
Okay. Let us lead the way. Warren is actually feeling good about that exchange, and so goes ahead and walks off for about 10 feet, and then suddenly realizes that he's in front and he doesn't want to be.
So are we sticking with the same marching order of Flint, Stubby, Warren, and Sirkin?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
If they love up, give Sirkin any love, or what happened?
Yeah, before we take off, I'm going to give Sirkin some love. So I'm going to use one of the charges. and that is going to be 6 points of healing.
Nice.
So that got turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
All right, and now just mark that off.
How many charges are left?
Very little. I think we had 3, so I think we have 2 now. Let me just double check. I'll get back to you on that one. Yep, here it is. 3, now we have 2.
Like, yep,
Yeah.
sorry. We don't have any more charges left.
We're all
Oh,
out.
wait, I forgot to carry the 1.
Where'd that decimal point supposed to be?
So you see that that the southwest tunnel makes its way where it dead ends and only goes to the west. And then as it deposits you in a little bit of a pocket as you come down, you see that it's like a 10-foot diameter intermediate area, and then the tunnel goes to the north for about, gosh, I want to say 35 feet. But it gets really dark in this room. I mean, in this little area and in the hallway. I mean, it's like super dark at this point.
For
Who
dear
has
life, the front.
dark vision?
We,
Everybody
I
but
have-
Stabby, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I think Warren's just the one that has super dark vision.
Yeah.
Okay. You notice that there's a like a type of a glistening to the whole tunnel that yawns in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Try to take a couple steps closer to it. Does it appear to be like sunlight?
No,
No? Okay.
it's just that, because you're able to see in the dark. As you look around, ceiling, hallway, floor, whatever, it just kind of glistens.
Huh. Who's behind me? I know
Stabby is right behind.
Stubby. Well, Stubby's directly behind me, holding onto my leg, probably.
Yep.
Who's third in line then?
That would be me.
I'll mention it to Warren. I see kind of a glistening light up ahead. I just can't make it out.
It's like all over. It's not just straight ahead. It's all over
Did,
the
like-
tunnel. The ceiling, the walls, the floor.
Oh,
Okay, so it's actually something that's like emanating from
yeah.
like the ceiling and walls.
Yeah, just glistening.
Okay.
Oh, let's just be cautious.
Let's see. Actually, can I use my stone cutting to see if this is anything that has to do with the land, or
Yeah.
if it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and as a person who could see in the dark, make it with an advantage.
Okay. Definitely needed that advantage, but wasn't that great. 13.
13. You can't really tell what it is.
All right, I'll continue forward.
Okay, you notice that about halfway up the hallway, it starts to get a little wider.
Is that glistening still?
It's still present
Around
there.
everywhere?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's still present there. And then it
Okay.
goes for another 15 feet before you see that it turns to the northwest. Now you're still in the middle of this hallway at this point. So
Okay, and how wide is it? You said it widens is like
yeah, it
15 feet
widens
or...
from like 5 feet to about 12 feet.
Okay.
And that's only for about maybe 10 feet, and then it narrows back down to a 5-foot cavern.
All right. I take a look back, see if everyone's still with me, and then just motion forward.
Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Okay. You see that it goes around the corner. Walls are still glistening, although further up ahead you do see that there's kind of a low light. As you turn that corner, Make a perception check.
19.
19. You notice two things. One is that further up ahead there are stone steps that lead to another portion. And second, you notice that the walls and floor and ceiling of the tunnel you are in is covered with oil.
Ooh.
Let me light a candle. No.
Suck that out, will ya?
So wait, the whole like floor in front of us is covered in oil?
The floor,
The
the
stair.
walls, the ceiling. Not the
Oh,
stairs, because
everything-
that's
everything we
outside
did.
of the tunnel, yeah.
Ooh. I don't like this.
Not at all. I
Okay.
mean, I could deal with this.
By lighting it on fire?
Yes.
See, that candle's not such a bad idea after all, is it?
Well, there's only one way through, otherwise we're gonna have to backtrack.
Okay. Let's just be extremely careful.
Flint, you're leading the way. Need you to make a dex check.
All right. Ooh, 2.
2. Your foot snags the wire around the corner, dropping this vial of alchemical fire, and the tunnel goes up. So I need everyone to make a dex save on this.
Lordy.
Is the fire contained to a 5-foot cube?
Came to a 5-foot tunnel.
No.
Warren,
That is a 17.
17. Stabi.
Flaccid 20.
Whew. Flint.
I rolled a natural 1, but I'm going to use one of my doubloons and re-roll.
All right.
So it's got to be something better. 17.
17. Sirkin.
6.
6.
Oh,
Sirkin's cooking.
Oh,
So,
Good
Sirkin,
job.
you take 7 points of damage. Everyone else takes 3 points of fire damage. And for
yikes.
every round you stay in this hallway, you'll take another D6. As the entire floor, walls, and ceiling all become engulfed in this horrific tunnel of flame. It's like eating a shit ton of jalapenos and experiencing the next morning.
Oh god.
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn, no ice cream. So
Warren is going to like turn and like try to push like Sirkin back out of the hall.
like back the way you came?
Yes.
Okay. So he turns, pushes you back out. So, I mean, not only do you have to go out of that little 10-foot pocket, but you have to go up as well. You'll be able to make it with your full movement. Stubby, you
Yep.
and Flint would be able to make it out of your full movement to the. You guys want to go down though, or go up? Because you won't make it down. You're too far in.
we just got to keep moving. Ugh. So you pushed.
Yeah.
Hold on. So Warren, you
Wait.
pushed Sirkin
Okay.
back down.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I am not entirely understanding the dimensions of the room. What is the closest way to escape?
To keep going forward.
Oh, okay.
From where
In
you
that
guys
case-
are, it would be to keep going forward.
Okay, I thought for a second I thought you meant like back. I was like, oh shit.
It's not
Sorry
really a
about
room.
that.
It's like a cutout. Imagine like my arms are the tunnel, and
Mhm.
it cuts out, and then it keeps going up, and then it turns, and then it opens up to stairs.
Okay.
Stairs.
In that case,
Wow.
in that case-
Stairs get smaller on the top.
right. In that case, instead of actually pushing Sirkin, I'm going to reach out, grab him, and then try to run forward.
Okay, so imagine you guys are double timing it up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody gets out. You see the hallways just, and it doesn't just burn out right away. It seems like it's continuing to burn. and burn and burn. The only thing left for you is what is behind you, which is a set of 20 rough-hewn stone steps that lead up to somewhere.
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 Somewhere. Checking the stones, the stairs to see if they have oil on them as well.
A perception check.
I would like to also roll this.
So would I.
18.
18. They are devoid of the same liquid that had coated the entire hallway behind you. They're just totally dry. They're just rocky as fuck.
I am terribly sorry for that, you guys. Sirkin, I feel for you. I just did some healing on you, and
I just don't want to do it again.
we only have so many charges.
Well, luckily that saved my life, though. So if you wouldn't have given me that, I would be down.
All right.
Roasted.
Seems like I tripped a trap. Do you mind double checking and see if this one's rigged before continuing on?
It would be my pleasure, Flint. So I'm going to do a perception check. Come on, baby. 9.
9. Yeah, it looks great. From what you can tell, it's perfect the whole way up.
Flint,
All
the
20 steps.
Flint, I having just come through this perilous activity, I'm not quite sure that I know that the way is entirely safe for us.
All right. Well, at that point, who else is a magic user? Warren. He'll reach back and give Warren the wand of healing. Hold on to this just in case something bad happens. And he'll, hey, get that out of your mouth. That's mine.
We just went from PG-13 to After Dark.
Flint will move up as far as he can on the stairs to investigate before the group continues on.
All right. So you move up the stone steps, creeping. Why don't you make a stealth check?
Not very stealthy. 13.
You think you've been quiet. So you get to this top step. And what you see, and let me describe this for you. At the top of the stone steps, you see a large cave. The floor is strewn with fresh straw. This room is easily 40 feet deep from east to west and 40 feet from north to south. But at the western wall, you notice that there are these two large boulders that stretch from the floor almost all the way up to the 20-foot tall ceiling. The only area around them is against the north wall, probably about 10-foot passage. But standing in front of the two boulders, are 4 kobolds standing there, weapons drawn, looking at you sternly. And you hear this voice emanating from somewhere in the room, but it's not from these 4. So, the traitor has delivered the usurpers to my presence. Don't be shy, little one. Bring yourself forth into the light. It is the only way. The only way else is back through the flames. And we will hunt you down.